Hey everyone, this is JORCATION. Now this video is going to be on how you can approach the funding stage of your FTMO challenge. Now a lot of people get onto the financial markets and they see that there is a plethora of options. Yeah, especially when you purchase your FTMO challenge, you might have an instance where you might see a 10,000 challenge. It might be very affordable to you, and it's almost too good to be true in some instances. You might see it and be like, wow, I can get $10,000 or £10,000 in my trading account for only £79. It can almost seem unrealistic, of course. You see the phase one, it just says make 10% profit, which is only £1,000 in a grand scheme of things, right? It does seem really attainable. But the reality is, it isn't as attainable. And you can do it, definitely, it'll be very easy for you. I mean, it's gotten to a point now where when I want to pass a challenge, I even look for setups that can just be one position that can pass that challenge, right? Which is quite wrong in essence, but of course, it's a more of a fun experience for me because I knew that even if I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to play 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, I can still pass it confidently because I'm so sure about the setups I'm looking for. I'm so sure about actually how I can pass the challenge in the best way possible where I don't even get into drawdown. A lot of the times I have proof to show this, guys. If you want to know how exactly, I'm more than happy to kind of share these results, or you can check out my results page on Instagram called The Funder Star. I've got prop firm challenges on there, certificates on there, and I'm more than happy to share some previous setups that I have on Telegram in my group. Of course, I don't post positions no more, I don't post signals, but I do have some previous trade setups that I have to obviously demonstrate that it's very attainable. You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. The evaluation stage is essentially you have to reach 10% profit target, right? And you can't go over 5% daily drawdown per day. So knowing this, of course, you can utilize this. You have more than enough capital to risk to be able to make the 10% in even one position in the grand scheme of things. But of course, it's going to be quite risky to do that. So I'd recommend breaking it down. How you can maybe do things is that if your ultimate goal is to, be in a position where you can pass a challenge in one position, maybe try and break that position you might be able to do that into 5 positions. Yeah. And if you're a swing trader, you might be able to watch that position kind of run into profit. Maybe if you want to, use your current capital while running a profit to also scale in. So I'd say maybe do 0.5% on that one position. Once you maybe reach 1% on that one position, you can then close it and then use that profit to then make more profit in the same day. So you've got an extra percent to risk. So if you had 5% max daily drawdown in one day, you will have 6% daily drawdown in that day, and you can even make a riskier trade, which is even one. You can do 1% now, so you're able to risk more capital. And ultimately that's how you can kind of pass a lot quicker. But you have to be very confident in the positions that you're taking. When it does get to the FTMO stage, I would say, of course, there's a lot of people who I've seen that have passed. They've gotten to the funding stage and they kind of get too excited and they want to, start placing big positions, and before you know it, they don't even get a payout. I've always said to myself, as soon as I get funded, I want my refund. I want my money back, what I've paid. So there's been instances I've bought 200k accounts, passed it, got my first payout, and after that, I'm even happy to even maybe risk to the point where I may possibly lose the account. But the reality is, I've always got my refunds back, and it's actually astonishing because, if you were to look at things in the grand scheme of things, return on investment is amazing because I'm getting the money back and I'm getting money on top, which I've made. So guys, I definitely say before you consider even using expert advisors, make sure you know that the expert advisor is actually eligible to use on a prop firm accounts. Know that the system is robust and the system is actually profitable. Because if you want to be quite transparent with yourself, you need to know that, okay, if that can run on a demo profitably, and let's say you can run on a 1,000 or 10,000 account, whether this is your live account or your demo account, would you feel confident putting that on an account that has 200,000 and you haven't maybe a payout pending, and you just want to be sure that you don't lose? These are all the things you need to consider before you even use expert advisors, you let it back test it, understand how it works on the demo first, before you throw an expert advisor into live market conditions on a prop firm account, of course. You want to be able to know that that robot is robust and the system is profitable before you even put it on to any prop firm account or even a trading live account. So guys, I want to just make this video as short as possible so you guys can understand that it is definitely possible to be funded. And of course, I would wish all you guys luck, of course, in the system. I just hope that you guys can practice enough before you make the leap in terms of going for FTMO. Just bear in mind that initially FTMO is for professional traders, and that's the whole point of the challenge, because they want to kind of filter through who is ready for capital and who isn't. So take the time to learn and understand. I want to say thank you for watching. This is JORCATION. Peace.